Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I didn't have my headphones yet on, but here we are now. All right. I'm back in Watcher's Realms at the moment, Watcher of Realms, and kind of looking around, doing some of the daily stuff here. Looks like I've got some stamina built up, so I'm gonna come over here and start some background fights going right off the bat. Go ahead and max that out. And then come back to this, where we have 400,000 gold to claim. All right, this is the Vault in the Sands Oracle Trap. And so that's for participating in Gear Raid 2 to win trophies and redeem rewards. Um, Out of here, and I think I should go first over to this Heroes Visit guide probably, but make sure there's nothing else. Yeah, we'll go to the Heroes Visit. Alright, so here we have Drogo. He says, "Salutations, Commander. You may call me Drogo, and I need your assistance. I seek assistance as acquiring this collectible might necessitate teamwork. Would your soldiers be inclined to join our expedition?" Why, yes. Our soldiers would be just absolutely thrilled. Looks like I'm sending, I think her name might be Dalen, and the other one might be Muriel. Potentially. That might be the names. Let's send them out. They'll be gone for 30 minutes, and when they come back, we'll be able to collect some little rewards for that. Okay, now, having got that underway, I think I will come over to events. And today, obviously, the Vault in the Sand started. We just participated in that by sending some people out to the background fights. Duel of Champions is ending today, so we're going to want to finish that up. I think I may have actually already finished that. Not 100% sure. We also have Brave Conquest that started today. Earn points by looting gear pieces and meteorites from gear raid and artifact material raids. That goes hand in hand with what we're already doing in the background. And then I clicked that button instead of going down. Zombie Invasion is still going. We got the Treasure Hunt Celebration. That's the one with the lucky knives. So we'll check that out in just a minute as well. Alright, first and foremost, let's go into Brave Conquest, where we already have this, boy, my clicker finger is trigger happy today. So we got this 3-star psychic power for that, which is a blue guy we can eat to level folks up later on. Alright, otherwise we have the Treasure Hunt Celebration. Currently have 4 knobs. That's not a ton, but let's just do let's do the 4 corners. So we got 10 stamina, 5 rare skill dust, 5 rare skill dust again, and then 2,000 gold as those options. Apparently the special reward of this floor is going to be 100 diamonds. That always comes in handy, so no complaints there. Back out of this at the moment, and we'll go, I think let's go to the quests and claim some of those. We cleared any stages 5 times today, and that gives us 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample. Spending 100 stamina today gives us 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample. I was already looking ahead over here to participating in the arena one time and getting those 5 quick clear tickets and 2 lucky knives. And then for obtaining 1 piece of gear from Gear Raid, we're also going to get 5 quick clear tickets and 2 more lucky knives. Okay, got those. Now I think we go ahead over to, oh hey look, the storyline actually needs to be updated, so probably we should get that. I'd forgotten that what I needed to do was participate in the arena 5 times. Throughout the day, I've come and sort of clicked the arena now and then, so I did get those 5 done. And that gives me 50 arena coins for that. You don't actually have to win, you just have to play. Reach gold 2 in the arena. Well, we did that, no problem. That gives us 200 arena coins. Cleared Tide Wave 55. Well, that was long ago that we did that. So for that, we get 1 legendary skill crystal. Complete 3 individual quests of the guild today. Well, fortunately, I went ahead and did this before I did anything here. So guild daily sign in, we got that done. There's 1 down, right? 20 guild coins, 20 guild activity, and 2,000 gold for that. seems like a good thing overall. Well, I guess we'll kind of see where we get stuck on the storyline. Maybe I should have done that before I did anything else. Let's see. Clear faction trial on any difficulty level one time. That's not an issue. We'll come over to the basic trial here, and we'll just auto fight this stage 8. And actually, I'm just going to. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, I guess I will. Hmm. On second thought. Yeah. All right. So I would do this quick clear, but it won't let me because it says I'm already in a background fight, so I can't do it this way. I think that I'm going to go into the auto fights so that I can get this all done a little bit faster. We'll get back over those auto fights in a minute, and I may need some stuff anyway for the storyline, so it may be a good idea to hold off on that. So with that in mind, I will now go back into here. I got 35 stamina from the Hyperion fellow, and then we go here, quick go back over to the basic trial, and then I'm just gonna quick clear this to make things go a little bit faster. So we got 156 XP for that, and 10 of these the shelter insignia 3s. Got that, and I don't actually claim that yet, just in case I need it for the storyline. So I will go to the guild again and guild quests, and we'll claim that one. That gives us another 20 guild coins, 20 guild activity tokens, and 1 small stamina potion. Then we have to do one more thing for this. So I think I can go here, and I have to claim the rewards before I can do the auto fight. So let's claim Nightmare 3 Legendary Chest. We got 200 diamonds and 100 stamina. And we also got 1 unpolished Legendary Soulstones shard, which I think we need like, I don't know, 1,400 or maybe 4,400 or some huge number like that in order to be able to make a unpolished Soulstone. But, you know, one thing at a time, right? So we got 200 diamonds, 100 stamina. Now we're going to go over to Nightmare 2, claim those rewards there. And we got 150 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal for that. So let's do auto fights on these. And as mentioned last night, I've not reset these in a very long time. And so we're going to see how things stood. I don't know, maybe a month ago, maybe more than a month ago at this point. I'm really not sure how long ago it was. Whenever I acquired Ares, if you guys know when that happened, I don't recall. Whenever I got him is when I did this that day, and I did Nightmare 2 and 3 at that time just to kind of try him out and see what happened, and he did very well. So his intended purpose was just to decrease the defense of the dragon so that everyone else could hit him harder, and he did very well at that jump. I think he was well worth putting in at that time for that reason. So let's see how it goes. I know basically how it's going to go because again, this has been the group for a while now, and I've kind of seen the same thing happen every day for a bit. I had hopes and dreams of being able to get a little bit earlier into here, and unfortunately that didn't quite come to fruition. So I'm just having to kind of do what I can in the time that I have. So no successful resets of the auto fight armies yet. Maybe soon. Who knows? We can always leave that bit of hope. I am trying to get at least part of the storyline advanced every day, even if if I can manage to do just a couple of stages or something at a time, that'll be fine. So we got 10,054 Dragon's Blood from that was Nightmare 3, I believe. And then we'll come over to Nightmare 2 and do the auto cut on that. And we're going to get around the same amount, 10,000-ish dragon blood from this one, I believe, as well. So, you know what? I can turn the overall statistics on so that we can watch how that goes over here and just kind of see how they jockey for position among those top four. It's pretty cool. I actually wish that they had the overall statistics showing on basically all of the stages. Not really sure why they don't. Possibly it could be partially because in this there's only one target, whereas in most of the stages, um, different people are doing different things and in different locations with those different setups. It may not be as clear of a leaderboard as it is when you have everybody on one guy. And that may be the thought process there. I'm not really sure. I noticed yesterday for the first time the little kind of the snowflake over the dragon's head as we're fighting. I still do not know what that means. I don't know if there's a period of time that he has it and a period of time that he doesn't have it. I do see that he doesn't have it right now. He hasn't had it almost since I started talking, but I did see it just prior. Okay, so here it is. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what it signifies. Maybe, I don't know. If I look, I see the detriments underneath his name, and I don't see anything that would cause him to, I don't know, be stunned or anything strange like that. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll put it together one of these days. All right, so we got 10,287 Dragon's Blood for that one. And more importantly, we've now finished this Challenge Drake's Chasm 2 times for the guild quests. And we can claim this 20 guild coins, 20 guild activities, and get 5,000 gold from that. Which means we can then come over here to the storyline and progress a little bit further. So we get 10,000 gold for doing that. First campaign stage E4-13, it says. This stage has 3 lanes and requires 3 strong fighters or defenders or tacticians. Summon and upgrade these heroes before attempting a challenge. And for that we will get 1 mythic extract. Okay, so this is one of the chapter figures we need to do. It looks like we've got something in chapter 3 to claim here. Apparently it is 3 of the rare summoning crystals. Alright, well, that's all fine and well. Looks like we've got all of the diamonds on whatever this is. I got E3-11. Now, what does it mean? I'm uncertain. What is E? Let's see if we can click over here. E is expert. Okay, so that's expert number 3. Interesting. And we have to go to the next chapter. What chapter was it? Let me see here. I gotta go back to find out what we need. E4-13. So that's far away from where we are. That's the very end of this campaign. So, alright. Let's go E4-1. So if we look at this, it appears that there are 3 oncoming portals and 1 soul shard for us to protect here. So we've got 1 line of protection here in the middle, and we've got plenty of platforms to put people on. That looks like this is not going to be a big deal. Our BP is much, much higher than what's required for this zone. So they're going to be coming at us with carrion hounds, plated komodos, skeleton executioners, and skeleton archers. The skeleton archer is the only thing that is ranged among those guys, and that means he's the only one who's going to be even hitting the guys on the platforms. So it's not terribly concerning, I have to say. Okay, so we come here, we go to fight, and I'll just take, well, okay, I was going to say I'll just take whatever we have. It occurs to me, is there a, like, in some of the previous things, it was like, yeah, here it is. Clear the stage with no more than 6 heroes on your team, and clear the stage with soul core intact. So in other words, in order to get 3 stars on this, we can't have more than 6 people, which is why probably I had this group. I think that's fine. I'm not really concerned about about changing it or anything. It doesn't matter. So we're just going to go ahead and start. Suggested BP is 228,659. We have 463,194. Hey, it's Callie. We're gonna go with it's Callie. That's how we're gonna pronounce that. So hey Callie, how you doing? All right, let's go ahead and start this. Increased attack speed means shorter attack intervals. Well, yeah, that is in fact what that would mean, right? All right, so we have some fast running dogs coming at us at the moment. Let's throw Arrogance out, and I think we'll just follow that up with Edrin behind him. No, we'll put Edrin in front of him. Why not? Edrin here. I'm not terribly concerned, as previously mentioned, about this because our BP is so incredibly much higher than what's necessary. But I'll put Dao Chan out and just put her in the attack mode, basically. Pretty much covers it. Let's throw Setram out more properly this time. That was a terrible attempt. I apparently can't click buttons very well right now. It's a shame, really. Managed it. And then we can put Setram over here. May as well. Right here? Nah. One more in. I said Setram. I meant Sulkadins. And then just to get Arrogance's attack speed up a little bit, I'll throw him in. So, should go pretty quickly, I think. Let's see here. Whole horde of the skeletons are incoming. Alright, got a victory on that. Had no more than 6, so we get all of the necessary stars. We got 30 diamonds, 282 XP potions, and 630 coins for that. Crit rate increases the crit hit chance of both basic attacks and something else, probably ultimates, who knows. Okay, I think I can do one more of these and without becoming I don't know what the word would be. Bored isn't exactly what I want to go with, but feeling like a bully, I suppose, because it's very difficult for me to do things that are exceedingly lower level than we are. It's not lower level, but lower BP in this case. It's trivialized, right? And so it makes it feels bad to do this at this much higher. But I'm trying to use this as kind of, maybe we can at least tell you what the upcoming stages are going to look like if you're working through this. So on this stage, this is E4-2. We have 3 ground portals that are going to be coming at us. We've got 1 soul shard to protect here. They have Scourge, Skeleton Archers, those are ranged, remember, Ghoul Hounds, Carrion Hounds, Scaled Komodos, and Skeleton Executioners. So they're almost all ground creatures. Some of them are going to be moving pretty quickly. The dogs move pretty quickly. The lizard guys, they're slower. And it seems to me like the skeleton guys move a little bit faster. But yeah, should be pretty straightforward. We'll go ahead and fight here. And let's see, we'll just keep the team the same as we had it. And again, the suggested BP is 234,291. We've got 463,194. So we'll go ahead and start with 6. The healing effect of support glasses, I believe it said, is not affected by crits. Something like that. Let's go ahead and stick Arrogance here so that he can hit out a little further. And then we'll put Edrin in front of him. Right there. And then Dao Chan here. Dao Chan switches between healing stance and DPS stance, so we will switch her into her healing stance. And then throw out Setram to sort of clear that side of things. And then we'll put Sulfurdance on the other side. And I'll just face him up. And we will form a pretty good little area of basically destruction here. Throw Wrath out just to increase Arrogance's attack speed a little bit. And makes it all go a little faster. Alright, we got a victory on that. We got the 3 stars. And so that was E4-2, I believe. So we got 20 diamonds, 282 XP potions, 630 coins there. Alright, unlock E4-3. Not going to work on that one quite yet. We actually have quite a bit of stamina to blow through. And since we are as far as we're going to get in the storyline for the moment, I may as well go back and throw these into some auto attacks on stage 18 of Gear Raid 2, I believe. Okay, hop out of there. And then I think let's go to the quests and claim some of this stuff. So, obtain a daily chest from Hyperion. That gives us 10,000 gold and 2 lucky knives. And then clearing faction trial on any difficulty level 1 time gets us another 10,000 gold and 2 lucky knives there as well. There are a few more things we could do. Let's go ahead and give out the friendship points. Give some of those to everybody. However, it's like, nah, you don't have room for all this. So, let us use some of these friendship points and trade it in for some stamina. I'm really not sure what we can use the friendships for other than stamina. So far, I've only been able to figure out using it for stamina. So it's a little strange. What does Barut have? It is now turned past 12, and so he's refreshed his stuff. He doesn't have anything that I love. So let's hop over to the arena shop where I can get this huge stamina potion for the day. And we're going to go ahead and get these auto fight guys too. So that's 5. It's actually 50. It's 5 sets of 10 auto fight attempts for 100 arena coins. Nothing else that is particularly of interest right now on that list for me. So I'll get out of here. And I just want to check on the arena. Yes, I can refresh. Do I want to? No, I'll use my one remaining arena permit to attack this fellow here who's got 262,922 BP. I don't remember what we have right now. Maybe it's like 379,000, something like that. I did not check the BP of the monsters. I only checked the BP of the guy. Now, both of us have thrown out Arrogance first. Arrogance has Hellfire as his ultimate. The hero enters Berserker stance, dealing 360% damage with each attack launched and increases attack range. During this period, the hero attacks with the Demon Boomerang. This boomerang deals AoE damage equal to 30% of the damage taken by the main target to the nearby enemies. Additionally, it inflicts burning on all enemies damaged. Now they've thrown out Beelzebub, who has Corrupted Swarm. During the ultimate, applies AoE damage reduction to cultist allies within the skill range and summons Putrid Flies. Putrid Flies generates a powerful vortex that pulls up to 10 nearby enemies toward its center with 2 times strength and inflicts slow on them. The vortex lasts for 5 seconds. They've also stuck out Morgan. Morgan has Cursed Seed. Releases a wave of cursed bombs at up to 3 targets in the range. Now, Morgan, I believe, is the one who increases her damage over time. So she has to be out for 50 seconds, I believe, before she reaches her max potential. And here we have Boreas. Boreas has Frosty Endowment, activates Eternal Ice Haven, and increases damage by 150%. Each attack will reduce the trigger interval of the next Frozen Purification by 1 second. This effect lasts for 21 seconds. They also have Dao Chan, interestingly. She has Serenade of Hope and Song of Sorrow. One of those is basically healing stance, and one of them is DPS stance. And the DPS is for the group. It increases the group's DPS, basically. Alright, so we got a victory. That was on this fellow who has 262,922 BP. Stats show that my Arrogance topped the DPS or the damage rather, at 4,848,450, followed by their Morgan, of all people, at 4,050,900. Then it drops down to Setram at 3,183,300, and then down to their Arrogance at 2,168,920. We got 3 arena coins and 8 Duel of Champions points for that, plus the 5,000 gold. Alright, now, I don't have any more permits at the moment. Let's go check at the mine and see if there are any more here. There aren't, but we do have 1,500 gold, 1,350 XP potions, 11 stamina, and 3 mithril. So I'll take those while we're here, right? Okay, grabbed those. Let's go to quests again. And here we have give friendship points 1 time. That gives us 10 more friendship points and 2 lucky knives. We also can go ahead and claim this Tide Onslaught reward so that we can update that. So let's just claim the loot. I do have some Tide talents I could assign. Still not going to do that. At some point soon I should, but just not there yet at the moment. Just not taking the time to do it yet, basically. Alright, so we're on wave 133, I believe, on that, it looks like. We got 44 legendary skill dust, 352 talent points, 50 epic skill dust, 1 stitched carrion demon soldier shard, 10,500 gold, 55 stamina, and 106 rare skill dust. Now, back out of here, and let's go back to quest where we can claim the Tide Onslaught rewards 1-time reward, which is 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample. You can also claim at this point the box at the top, so let's do it. Let's get that 35 diamonds and 2 lucky knives. Now, let's go ahead and perform 1 summon to complete this quest. We're in no real danger of pulling anything phenomenal here, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. We did get a purple guy. It is Aon. I don't know Aon, but I believe I have seen her in, maybe in Arena. I'm not sure. Somewhere we did. So, Aon is a 4-star mage from the cultist faction, and it looks like she's a lord, too. That's cool. Leader of the cursed cult, Aon's crowd control talents leave enemies weakened and vulnerable. They misspell weakened. It's an interesting spelling, though. It's almost like the weekend, except it's got an A instead of an E there, and in order to be weakened in the way that they mean, they're missing an E between the N and the D. So it's like the end is weak, right? So they leave enemies with weak ends and vulnerable. All right, so let's share that. Claim the 50 diamond reward from sharing it. Always a fine plan. And then out of here. And let's go back over to quests. Perform 1 summon. Got us 2 of these 4-star psychic power shards and 2 lucky knives. And then we have 1 more thing we can do in here. Level up heroes 3 times. Let's go ahead and see what we might have. Here's Rosalia. I would like to level her up. I think I do. Yeah, I do have enough to do it. So let's do it 3 times. There's 1, 2, and 3. That makes her up to level 57, and it also allows us to claim this reward, which is 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample. Excellent, excellent. Let's see here. Looks like we have something to claim over here in the guild quest. Oh yes, right. guild members' enhanced gear a total of 1,000 times, and that gives us 20 diamonds, 150 gold coins, and 100 guild activity tokens. I like that alright too. So, getting out of there, let's go on to the shop and see what we have here. In the time limited offers, in the daily luck, we have 3 ancient summoning crystal shards, 10 auto fight attempts, and 40,000 gold. Following up on that, we got the W Gold Shop, and then on the W Gold Shop tab, and then in the chest of the daily bonus, we have 30 stamina. Followed by the regular bundle, Spirit Invocation Pack, daily free offer, we have 10 diamonds. All of that seems grand and glorious. Now, after that, let's check the idle rewards. Hey, we've got all kinds of cool stuff there. It is 10 quick clear tickets, 2 insignia of melee attack 3, 2 arena permits, 3 auto fight attempts, and 1 huge stamina potion. So let's close out of here. We now have a couple of arena fights we can do. So let's go and do one, right? We've got this fellow here who's biometrics. Biometrics from Tajikistan, of all places, has 326,839 BP. Let's give it a go. They may win, they may lose. We'll see what happens. The total monster BP there is 326,839. We have like 372,749 according to this. So that's what we're looking at the moment. Biometrics from Tajikistan has put out Lucius. I've seen Lucius used in Arena a lot of times. He has Exorcism. Loads the weapon with Sanctified Bolts, increasing damage by 20% for 20 seconds. Basic attacks in pursuit deal an extra 120% damage one time. The next basic attack dispels up to 5 buffs from the target upon hit. When activated, dispels all damnations inflicted on the hero something. It was a long read, that's all I can say. We got the victory there. Biometrics at 326,839 BP. And the stats show that Arrogance did the majority of the damage at 613,283, and Lucius came in next at 323,640. In other words, Biometrics got second place, and Kipoerneke got next to last. That's what I heard back in Great Space Race. Alright, we got 3 arena coins and 8 Duel of Champions points. Also, as a random bonus, we got this 5,000 hero XP potions. Always nice to have. Okay, so now we don't, well, I mean, I may want to fight somebody else here soon, but for now, I want to just refresh, and I guess we can have a look at this selection. Hey, sure, let's take advantage of this situation here with Nuno, I suppose, who is from Portugal and has 217,176. And now I'm wondering, is it Nuno, as I first said, or is it the more likely Nuno? Can we do Inya's in this? I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and give it a go. Let's auto fight, but first let's look at this. Total monster BP is 251,872, which is a good bit higher than the team numbers. I wonder if it is Pretus who's bringing that up. We got Pretus, Idril, and then some other folks. Who knows? We'll see. Alright, from over here, we'll zoom out a little bit, and then we'll look at this. What is this they put in? It's Micah. I have Micah. I have got Micah on my mediocre list. She has Blazing Plumage. When activate, ignores 45% of the enemy's magic resistance. The number of basic attacks required for triggering Blazing Plume reduces by 2. The ultimate lasts for 25 seconds. Okay, let's see who they've got next. Ah, that's Nyx. Nyx has Spinning Fireblade. After attacking an enemy, deals AoE damage equal to 60% of attack 3 times for 20 seconds. So right now they've got out Micah and they've got out Nyx, and now they've thrown out a Nora. And Nora has this dragon she carries along in her pocket named Labor. She has Worm Dive. When activated, Labor immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Then, during the ultimate, increases Labor's damage by 150% and expands both its attack range and damage range, lasting for 20 seconds. Alright, let's see if I can remember this with Micah, Nyx, and Nora out. Alright, we got the victory over Nuno, 217,176 BP. And looking at the stats, Arrogance topped the damage with 1,618,680, followed by Setram at 1,542,420. Then it drops down to almost a tied number here between Micah and Pretus, which is interesting because I actually didn't even notice Pretus come out. So he must have not been out for very long. And he dealt almost as much damage as Micah did. That's kind of interesting. Not sure what I want to take away from that. Is there any other benefit to Micah that I might have missed? Not sure. I feel like maybe Pretus was the better one to pull out first. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright. I forgot to tell you, we got three arena tokens, I think. 5,000 XP potions and something else. The other thing we always get. We got 8 of them this time. It was the rewards for something. Let's see here. Vault in the Sands just got another tick up on the leaderboard, and also we got this 30 diamonds. So we're up to 10th place currently in the Vault in the Sands. Hop out of there, and oh hey, our folks have returned over here at the Hero's Visit. Dispatch completed, and that gives us 5 arena permits and 200 stamina. Cool. Here we have Drogo, who says, "I'm yet to acquire the Pathfinder's tribute for my collection. Fetch it for me, will you, Commander?" Well, sure, Drogo, why not? We'll go complete any stage of Cure Raid 2 to have a chance of obtaining quest items. Absolutely we will. Doing it right now. We were already on task before the task was assigned. That's how good we are around here. That's how we like to operate over at Kipoerneke's Korner, you know? Events. Brave Conquest. We got a couple of goodies here. We have 20 diamonds and 1 small stamina potion. Also, to note, we're at 660 points on this progress meter board. And there's quite a few good things to claim on this meter here, so definitely recommend that you participate in that. Over on the treasure hunt celebration, we have 22 of the lucky knives that we can trust. Let's give it a go. We got 100 diamonds right there. That was the special reward for this floor, so let's head to the next floor and see what we can find. The big prize here is 100,000 gold coins. First we got 5 epic skill dusts, then we got 2,000 gold, followed by another 2,000 gold, and 2,000 gold. Over here we have the big prize, 100,000 gold. So let's head to the next floor, because we got most of what we wanted. Now it shows you everything that's going to be available here in a quick shot. And if you can pay a little bit of attention, you can have some idea of what you're getting into. Special reward of this floor is the little dude that one can eat to level people up. We got 5 epic skill dust. He's gonna be, looks like a purple one. So that's cool. Got 10 stamina, 2,000 gold, 2,000 gold, 5 epic skill dust, 2,000 gold, 10 stamina, 5 rare skill dust, another 2,000 gold, another 2,000 gold, and then we got the 4-star psychic power guy. Hey Rubian, how you doing, man? Alright, so we're gonna go on to the next floor. We have 5 lucky daggers remaining at the moment. Alright, nothing too exciting over here. The special reward is 200 stamina. We got 2,000 gold, 5 epic skill dust, another 2,000 gold, 10 stamina, and 5 epic skill dust for that. Alright, out of there. And let's check out this gold dragon pass we have over here. Got some daily quests to claim. Logging into the game gives us 200 gold dragon tokens. That's an easy win. Spending 50 stamina, which is also quite easy to do, gives us another 200 gold dragon tokens. Participating in the arena one time gives us yet another 200 dragon tokens, leveling us up to 74. Also, we made one purchase in the black market of the Dwarven Association, which nets us another 200 gold dragon tokens, and we cleared any stage 5 times, giving us yet another 200 gold dragon tokens. Weekly quests completed, we got claim rewards from Drake's Chasm 5 times, and that gives us 1,125 gold dragon tokens and levels us up to 75. Now if you hit level 70, you start getting 15,000 XP potions in this little chest for every level. So that's where we're at. We're currently at 75,000 potions. Whenever this is over, we're going to get an email about it. That'll be in 2 days and 2 hours, and we're going to be able to claim a bunch of XP potions, which is always a good thing. For the background fights, we have 69,300 gold, 10,500 XP potions, a little bundle of gear, 360 vault in the Sands trophies, 360 gold conquest points, 10 of these Imperial Pharaoh Guard Demon Soldier shards, and the 2 Pathfinder's tributes that we needed for the quest, which is very nice as well. Let us go and set some more guys out to auto fight. Howsoever, I think first, let's go ahead and use up all but one of our quick clears. That'll be 8 of them for those you're counting. Because I'll use the last one on the faction trial here in a little bit. Arubian got a watch streak. Congratulations, Arubian. You're currently on a 3-stream streak. Wow, that was so hard. It was a tongue twister for me. A 3-stream streak for Arubian. Awesome. Alright. We got 160 vault in the Sands trophies, 160 Brave Conquest points, 36,960 gold, 6,048 hero XP potions, and then a little bit of gear for that. Now we'll set the remainder to do auto fights in the background and hop out of here. Alright. At this point, I want to pop over to the hero visit guy over there, Drogo, and we're going to submit these 2 Pathfinder tributes. We got 3 4-star psychic power shards as a result, and Drogo says, "Thank you for your help, Commander. These fresh collectibles will greatly enhance my assortment." That's what I'm all about. I'm here to enhance your assortment, Drogo. Big plans for little people. Alright. Brave Conquest, we got 50,000 gold. Okay. Doing alright, moving along. Now we have this little yellow dot, or orange dot. I feel like it's orange in the upper right-hand corner of our storage icon. So far, I have not discerned what that's all about. I'm looking again, and I don't know why, because I think maybe it's just a bug. I'm becoming more and more convinced that it's a bug dot. Can't see any other reason I would have it, honestly. I don't see anything, that needs my attention here. Everything is great. Maybe it's just telling me I need to forge some things or something. Let's see if we can go forge some things. I only have, so I have this one thing. It's a exclusive forge. We can make one item. Sure, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Arubian says it's the mystery of the week. Absolutely. We got a sharpshooter crest for our trouble here. It's class limited to marksman. When there are no enemies within one tile, AoE damage is increased by 20%. Sure. I mean, that's fine. I don't hate it. Okay, let's see. Did that in fact fix our problem? No, it didn't. That was unrelated. Alright. Not too surprising. Let's head over to Gorut and do our 3 free refreshes and see if we can actually, before we do that, I'm getting ahead of myself because I do want to go check out the arena and see if we want to do anything there, because I did get 5 permits for something a minute ago. We have this guy here who has 351,000. Let's go ahead and try that. Monster VP is 351,617. Let's auto fight Rosa Vicky. Rosa Vicky from the good old US of A over here. Got the countdown. Let's see what old Rosa has to do. Silas. Silas has Shadow Cloak, and Silas seems to be pretty good. Damage increases by 80%, and each attack becomes soul sniping that ignores the defense and magic resistance of the target for 20 seconds. Very nice. And then Yuri. Yuri is another high DPS character. She has Needle of Torment, deals 5 hits of 75% damage per second to one enemy target in range. When a target dies during the skill, gains 5% rage and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. See, it's a good plan here. They've got the high DPS out front to try to take out that stuff early and put the opponent in the position, which is what I was in, which is that I was having to wait for the enemy to come to me, and meanwhile they were already killing the enemy up there in front. Alright, stats show that Yuri tops the DPS by a decent amount, all things considered. 946,238 damage, followed by Arrogance at 932,615. Now, of note, Yuri came out after the other guy, Silas. So, she did more damage in the amount of time that she was out than Silas did in the amount of time that he was out. And same for Arrogance. I put Arrogance out first. Now, granted, I don't know how that paired up with when Yuri came out, but certainly they had put out Silas first. So, her damage per second was significantly more than what Silas's was. So keep that in mind if you've got those characters. Alright. For that, we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points. Okay, so let's see if we can refresh. We should be able to... Oh no, here we got another minute left on it. So, for that minute, let's pop out of here and head over to Beirut. And then we're going to start those 3 refreshes I mentioned a minute ago. So there's one of them. He doesn't have anything that exciting. Let's go again. Still no rare summoning crystals to be had, which is the main thing. So let's do the 3rd free refresh of the day. And there's a rare summoning crystal. I like to get those. Okay, excellent. Love it. Get out of there. Alright. Looking better by the moment. We probably have a few more seconds. Yeah, we still have another 20 seconds here. But that's alright. I wonder what I have here in my teams. It looks like all of my teams' BPS have gone up since I made these teams by a decent amount. But I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I have this Kai guy here. Now he does something. I remember I had put him in even though he was low level. There was I want to say he increased. No, I cannot recall what his deal is. He has something he does. And it's like a percentage based. Maybe it's like 10%. Maybe marksmen do 10% more damage, something like that. So basically, just threw him in so that Setram would do more damage. Believe. All right. Now the only one on this group that I would like to go up against, or like to try to test my mettle against, would be Nils. Nils is from Germany. He has 356,697 BP. Let's give him a go and see what happens. His monsters have the same amount of BP he does, so that is, that's a good thing for me. It's a good thing for him too, depending on how he does it. Okay, so first and foremost, they have thrown out Raisin, or perhaps it is Raisin. This guy has Storm Strike, hurls a lightning spear and locks onto the target, dealing one instance of 200% damage and triggering all activated drums of war. Afterward, basic attack becomes 2 consecutive strikes for 20 seconds, with each strike dealing 100% damage. During this period, drums of war can no longer be activated. When the ultimate ends, consumes all activated drums of war. Then they threw out Dao Chan, who has Serenade of Hope and Serenade of Sorrow. So she's the one who switches between healing mode and DPS mode. When she has this red fog around her, that means that she is in DPS mode. She's increasing the DPS of those around her. And if she's in blue, then she's in healing mode. So now we have Comet. Comet's pretty good DPS from what I've seen. I fought against him in arena a number of times. I don't know how good he is, but he seems to do, he does pretty decent. He has Festering Curse. Each attack deals 400% AoE damage, lasting for 15 seconds. Alright, so that was Comet, Dao Chen, Raisin, and now we have Born. Born has Unshackled Frenzy. Dispels up to 1 buff from the target. Then, basic attack turns into 3 consecutive strikes, dealing 3 instances of 90% damage and inflicting 2 types of poison on the target. Increases damage dealt by 1% up to a 30% increase. And last but not least, they've thrown out Ingrid, who has Cosmic Shift. She has Solar Mode and Stellar Mode. I have no idea what that means. I don't have Ingrid, and I have no experience with Ingrid beyond simply seeing her out here on the field in the arena. Rubian suggests that it is perhaps Californian Raisin. Ah, could be, it could be. But it would make more sense if it was purple. So we were defeated by, I believe Nils was his name. Let's see. Nils. 356,697 BP on that one. And it looks like, interestingly, Ingrid did the most damage. Now, Ingrid came out last and just blew it up as far as I can tell. That's very, very good. 7,183,250 damage in the amount of time that she was out. That's incredible. So following her, we have Setram, who did 5,104,111, and then Arrogance, 5,218,200, and then that Raisin fellow who's absolutely not purple, 4,169,650. He is blue though. I feel like he has too much hair and too little purple to make it in the California lineup there. All right. After that, by the way, is Comet at 3,170,120, which beats Setram, or Solkadens at 2,878,910. For that, we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points. Cool. Peruvian says Ingrid is a top ancient lord. It was pretty amazing how much she did in that amount of time. That is a lot. Very cool. We have 3 arena permits remaining, just to let everybody know that's where we stand. Okay, Oracle's Trial over here. We've gotten another reward, and it is 1 4-star Psychic Power Shard. Excellent. Okay, we're still a good ways away from number 9 on the leaderboard, but that's alright. We also need a good number more points in order to max out this meter at the bottom. We have 1,060 trophies at this moment, and to max out this meter, we would need 3,750, which would currently be 7th place on the leaderboard. Okay, pop out of there, and I think, okay, it's 12:39 right now, so better get kind of focused here. Let's come over here and go check out what we have here. The Trial of the Cultists. So I just got a cultist earlier today. Let's just look real quick and see what we have available. I don't think I'm going to do any more right now, but I do know that we got this girl, and I hadn't looked at her yet. Her name is Aon, and she's a lord. Now hold on, let's go back here. Currently, I have Morgan as the lord, and let's do a little comparison. I think this is her. Okay, so increases faction team members' basic attributes by 10%. Morgan is certainly going to be better in that regard. And of course, Morgan is a legendary, whereas Aeon is just an epic. Oh, Arubian says, congrats on your storyline progress last night. I did make a little bit of progress, so I guess that deserves a thumbs up, right? I did a little bit more today as well, so I don't know if you were here for that or not. Okay, so Morgan increases faction team members' damage dealt to enemies inflicted with slow, stun, freeze, immobilize, state, and other card control effects by 30%. Whereas Aeon only does 20%. And then Morgan also has increases faction team members' AoE damage by 20%, 25%. So yeah, I mean there's no comparison really. Aeon is just much worse. Of course that's to be expected. As mentioned, she's an epic versus a legendary. No comparison there. We've got some unowned guys here. I have no idea who they are or anything about them. This is obviously a legendary as well. Well, I say that. I think it's the legendary as well because it increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. So, okay, Ezrath is one that I see a lot in Arena, and he seems pretty good. I don't think I've ever seen Demi anywhere. So that's interesting. Not sure. They each have some kind of different things here that they do. Very neat. Rubian says, noticed you tried the healer codex again. Just a thought, but Aelin would have been a huge help on there. Oh yeah. Isn't Aelin level 1 though? I think I have. Maybe I leveled her. Did I level her? I may have leveled her up. Let's see. Let us find out real quick. Okay, so she's a healer. If so, then absolutely. I think I was just trying the group. Oh yeah, I did. I got her up to level 50 at least. She's not all the way, but level 50, yeah, for sure. I think what I was doing probably was just testing it with Aaron again. I did it with Aaron the time prior, and I think that I was operating under the assumption that that my guys would do better this time because their BP had gone up. I think I had put some new gear on them or something. But then I did absolutely abysmal instead, so that was fun. obviously failed that terribly. Alright, but yes, you're right. Aelin could probably have, well, I don't know, let me think. So I have to have the 3 that do the dispelling, obviously. And then I don't really remember who all I have in there. I know I have Dao Chan. I think I have Vortex, Dao Chan, and I don't know. Was it Vortex, Dao Chan, and Leia? Maybe the group that I had in there last time. Possibly. Not sure. Alright, back over to this faction trial, and I'm just going to run an auto fight. Actually, I'm going to do a quick clear. That's what I saved back that quick clear token for, was so that if I ran out of time, which I kind of am, that I could just come over here and do a quick clear on this. So let's get that done. Peruvian says, think you had Nasandi and Medon in there too. Right, that's because they have dispels. So those are my only ones that have dispels. Nasandi, Medon, and Aaron are my only, well, okay. I think maybe there's a green guy. I think Langlin also has a dispel, but my best dispellers that I have are those 3. So yeah, I've got to have Nasandi and Medon for sure. So 156 XP potions and 7 Spirit Insignia 3s for that quick clear run. I don't think that I have anything more that I can grab, but we'll see. We'll come over to the Hyperion. Yeah, nothing there. Alright, now we should have quite a while before the arena is ready. Yeah, another 4 minutes. And we got 2 of these arena coins for defending against other players while we were out. We have 3 more permits to use. I say. Okay. In that case, I'm going to go ahead over to the events tab and come down to zombie invasion. And we'll go ahead and do just another quick run through, not giving it the amount of time that it deserves. It is a fun game. I do appreciate the endless stage here. It's a mini game, and haven't played it yet. I do recommend it. I try to spend a little time getting used to the what each thing does, and it's kind of cool. I think I'll go with the dark and light. So I've got my my potion things equipped, and I find that the dark and light setup goes well with potions. Arubian says try to get dark to 15 as fast as you can. He's saying sticks. Yeah, I don't disagree. I like I said, I do like the dark and light combo with the potions. However, because I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, so I'm not going to really check out what I have or don't have on this run. So I did get all of the darks and all of the lights, and then the next thing that I'm going to be doing is just trying to get the things that are going to stack up pretty much, and that'll be things that have like plus some amount damage, or the word increases, or the word expands, or if it decreases something, those things all stack. And so anytime that I'm doing what I consider to be a quick run through, even though it's not exactly quick, I like to just go by what stacks and what doesn't. Okay, we're gonna get the burning and the crit rate up on that. But yeah, you said you get a special skill, been holding back and not saying anything. It's so hard not to help. Yeah, sure. Uh, yeah, I agree. The awakened skills are great. I think that anytime you can get sets of 5, you get a new mastery or get a new awakened skill for that mastery. Sorry, and definitely that's helpful. Um, but tell me if you want me to be quiet. No, I appreciate any kind of anything anybody has to say, really, pretty much. I mean, you know, as long as it's well intended, that's what matters. And even if it's not, I'm not gonna cry about it. It doesn't matter that much. So at the end of the day, it's a video game, you know? I do like to increase the ultimate's duration a lot of times. Um, and then whenever I go this route, if there's on this monster thing a way to get more refreshes, a lot of time that's a good way to go whenever you have the potions equipped, the potion tools. Because when you have those equipped, you don't get them offered in the potions windows to do a refresh. So the only way to get them is during the oops, that was a mistake, is during the monster, I don't know what you call it, but whenever you increase the monster stats and you get a reward for that, you can sometimes get refreshes at that point as well. But yeah, as to if you're talking about when I've been doing these, for the most part, I haven't really been studying it. I've just been like throwing things out there because I've never, haven't really been taking the time to do it. I think the highest that I've gotten whenever I did try to pay attention to what I was doing, I think I got around, I want to say levels wave 78, I believe. But it's been a while. And again, you can welcome to check that. I may be wrong. But it should be somewhere in my in the history of videos. And whenever, whenever you're doing it and you see that that you're close to an awaken, if you have a choice, even if it's something that may not be as good of an ability, but it's going to get you to the next step, and you have, like you say, you're being beaten upon, like your gate is going down the fence, um, then it can sometimes be a good idea to choose something that isn't maybe the best long-term choice, but is the better short-term choice that'll get you through and get you a little bit further. So if you're nearing the end and things are not looking good, you can choose something like that just to get you over that hump, to get you a little bit further into the race. So Arubian says 78 is good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. It's not it's not 200, but it's pretty good. It's decent. Um, But but yeah, whenever I'm just doing it like this and I'm just choosing quickly, I figure like level wave 20 to 25 is where I expect to get without, if I'm gonna study it and take forever, then what I'm gonna be doing is every time something comes up like that, instead of just clicking something, I would be going and looking to see, do I already have that, right? So like, okay, let me see. I'll just click this and then go over here. All right, so it shows you everything that you've selected. So right now, for instance, you can see that I have Nether Calamity 2 and Nether Calamity 3. So Nether Calamity 3, for the most part, overwrites Nether Calamity 2. Actually, it doesn't, because that one is one that does stack. It says increases and damage plus. So those actually both stack. Let me see if I can find another example of somewhere that's been messed up by this decision-making process. Oh, sorry, clicking the wrong things here. Okay, so that's not a good example of what I'm talking about. Okay, there it is. Pursuit 2, we've got that twice, and we also have Pursuit 3. So for the most part, Pursuit 3 overrides Pursuit 2. Just a second here. We've got 1566 to use, and I'm actually going to pay a little attention here because the Spring of Sticks potion and the Stick Surge potion are both good. So, and then I think we'll go ahead and grab the Dark Burn potion as well. Okay. Every time I think I'm done over here, it's like, oh, here's another one. Okay. For real though. Pursuit 2, Blazing Bolt has a chance to pursue one time. So no matter how many times you get Pursuit 2, it's always only going to have a chance to pursue one time. So you can stack that up. Like right now I have 3 stacks of that. That's still only going to do one thing. The part that does stack is the damage plus 20%. So we are increasing the damage by getting that again, but we're not double dipping. And if there was a better option, then I would rather choose that, right? So like here we've got Overdrive 3 or we've got Burning Dark 3. So Overdrive 3 is for Spring of Sticks, Burning Dark 3 is for Tornado. Now, both of them are increasing something by 40%, but the one for Spring of Sticks is increasing damage overall by 40%, whereas the Burning Dark 3 is only increasing dark damage by 40%. So we're getting twice the increase by getting Overdrive 3 as we are by getting Burning Dark 3 in just straight the part that definitively stacks. So just some way that I would say you can compare these things, you figure out where you want to go, And the first part of that, of course, was different of each of those, but the second part um, was also different. But that's the difference you'd be looking at. And then another thing is you can check up here in the upper right, and it tells you the statistics of each thing. So which thing is dealing the most damage? What's your bread and butter, and then what's your utility, and that can also help you choose some things. For me, I think I'm gonna go with the refreshes +2 because I do like to get those whenever I can in this, even again if I'm, you know, doing it like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab this ice damage +20, even though we don't need it, just because it refreshes the thing and we have enough gold to work with. So then we're gonna get this fallen phoenix, which is very nice. I think that I already have a dark burn potion that's bigger than this. So, but we will go ahead and we're gonna get all this stuff anyway, because again, we just want to go to the next thing. Dark burn potion large. We don't need to get the single target damage and the crit damage up, and then we're gonna call that good. So yeah, that's where I'm sitting. So we're at wave 25 at the moment. But yeah, like I said, I mean, yeah, I could compare each thing, but it would take significantly longer. And the main thing is it's 12:55 a.m. And so I've got to kind of try to just toss things out, and make the decisions a little faster than I otherwise would. That being said, like I said, your input is always welcome, and suggestions. I may or may not take the suggestions. You know me, but they're always welcome nonetheless. So we got some Winter's Bite right there. We got some dark damage. Again, we already have this dark burn potion medium. The thing is, though, it's only 300 points to get this luck and that, and then we get a refresh on this. So went ahead and did it. We can do the same thing again because these are all cheap. 175, 175, 250, that's worth it. So we can get the attack speed up, the dark damage up, and the critical damage up. Only 175 to go to the next one. Let's do it. Now, these ones aren't as useful because I already have the dark burning potion medium. I don't have yet, I don't think, the burning potion medium. And I'll go ahead and grab that in the attack potion. Do I want to go ahead? Yeah, why not? Let's go one more round. Okay, this is what we really want right here. This twin nature light dark. It's very good. Each light mastery increases dark damage. Each dark mastery increases light damage. That's good. We want it. All right, do that in the attack speed, and then we're good. Erwin says crit rate is always stingy to find. Yeah, it is. Crit rate is not easy to run across in this thing. Another good combination is fire and ice with the luck potions. I've found, or luck tools rather. I've found that that's worked out pretty well for me in the past as well. All right, we're back to potion grabbing, and I don't really want to spend too much of it. I don't think right now. We're gonna skip and leave that for later. And always getting the things that go along with the potions when we see those on offer. And we're gonna, instead of getting the refreshes this time, I always like to get the extra skill choice if that's on there, because you can almost always get a better deal from on offer here that way than any of the other choices in the monster increases. So just so you know, that's it's for me it tends to be the best option if it's there at all, even when refreshes is on the table. sometimes you can get all blues on offer that don't have things that stack. And that's one way that you want to choose a refresh over that as far as the skills that are being offered to you. All right, we're gonna get the rage, and I'll get the rage and the luck, and then we're gonna skip. We're still doing all right. The guys are still near the top at the moment. They're not pushing in toward the fence. So we're going to get the expansion 3 because of that damage plus 40%. It's generic damage, so that's all of the damage that we do plus 40%. Sometimes if I see Mire 3, even whenever I'm making these kind of quicker decisions and trying to stack things up, Mire 3 does not stack, Mire doesn't stack. But if I see the gold version of it, which is number 3, then I will go ahead and grab that normally, just because it's very, very good for slowing them down and giving you a little bit more option. Now, all of these things are good, so we take them all. And we'll get another Dark Mastery and some crit rate plus 6, and then call that good. We still have a large buildup of gold, so we're sitting pretty on that. Go with the light damage here. While we're waiting, Spring of Sticks is still at the top by far. That's 78% of our damage. So again, it's one of those deals. The light damage is not as important because it's doing much, much less of the damage comparatively. The dark damage is king. Spring of Sticks particularly is just massive, so. Alright, we've got some good options here, so we're just going to take all of these. We've got luck, rage restoration, dark damage, crit damage. We got more dark damage, crit rate, that's always good. Attack and single target, sure. Dark mastery, rage, all of these things are great. Light damage, attack, sure. Dark mastery, attack speed. I think I already have the burning potion large, but I feel like I'm just gonna. I'm tempted to get it anyway, just to do another refresh. I'll hold off on it. I'll use later. Oh, Iridian says pick on the picture of Marine. Yeah, you want to see the stats? Yeah, that's where the different things are that you can see as far as the stats. All right, Spring of Sticks damage plus 80%. Seems like a great idea. Yeah, whenever you are making comparisons in the future, then you want to look at that, because if you're taking your time with it and you're trying to make good decisions as opposed to just fast decisions, that's another thing you definitely want to keep in mind. Is these stats here, because you can see, for instance, my crit rate is 27%. It's if you have a crit rate of like 5%, right? Then it doesn't really matter that much if you get your critical damage up, because you're not hitting that often. So until you can get your crit rate up, it doesn't really matter. But that's something to keep in mind for sure. And again, we're going to go with the extra skill choice, because as you can see, it's almost always the better direction to go, especially when you have the potions things equipped. It's I don't know, you end up getting better stuff on offer, I guess. On wave 51 at the moment, for those who are keeping track. Alright, we're gonna get the light damage, AoE damage, crit damage, and I'm gonna keep it there for now. And then, see, this is a tougher one because the Spring of Sticks is at the top. We know that because we looked. But the Blazing Bolt dealing extra damage and having that light damage enhancement is also good. We're still going to go with the Spring of Sticks damage in this case. This is the Phoenix, by the way. It sends out those tornadoes. Alright, so here we have dark damage. We'll go ahead and get the AoE damage and the luck. And I'm tempted to go ahead and refresh the page for getting this fire damage. You know what? No, I won't. I'll skip it. Maybe next time. We shall see. Let's go with... I don't think I need... Well, you know what? Let's get some more refreshes just in case. Rubian says Wave 64 is a huge check. The only boss that hits your wall from afar. Yeah. Alright. So, this is one of those situations where we could refresh, but I'm not going to because we could increase the tornado effect duration or lightning chain bounce attack +1. So both of those are still increasing something that stacks, and I'm okay with increasing the tornado effect duration here. More tornadoes, the higher the attack speed. That's always good. Fallen Phoenix Rage is also, you know, this is all good stuff, so. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab the Tornado Potion, crit damage, and yeah, let's go ahead and do it. We'll get all the rest of them, refresh that, get a Light Mastery, crit rate +10, light damage +20, luck +8, light +20, crit rate +6. Now we should be doing pretty decent at the crit rate now comparatively. Do I want to do the Dark Burn Potion large? I don't think that I do. On the crit rate, it's 43%. That's not bad at that point, right? I think I just skip and we'll go on. Currently on wave 62. Alright. Now, Smash 3 is very good. Okay, so let's get the luck +12, crit damage +20%. We'll keep the other things as is and skip on. This is the wave that Rubian was just talking about here. That has this boss. I'm not horribly concerned about him. It is allowing some people to get a little bit closer, but I'm not too worried. Now this is the first completely useless set of monster, like basically rewards that we can get from increasing them. Doesn't matter what I choose. So all things considered, because those guys aren't actually reaching my wall yet, I'm going to go ahead and give their attack plus 20%. They are starting to reach the wall, but that's the direction I'm choosing to go with it. I think that I'm going to heal enough of the wall up, and yes, I did, that it's not going to matter really. It's for 3 waves. The monsters will have increased attack speed, or attack, don't remember if it was attack speed or just attack, but anyway, it'll be increased. Irvin says, no ad, boo. Well, see, you just gotta subscribe and get out of that whole ad situation, Irvin. So we're on wave 68 at the moment. Currently have 18,500 gold, so I'm going to go a little crazier with it this time, because now they're approaching the fence. So we're just going to get them all. We got luck, AoE damage, light damage, and the Winter's Bite. We already have Winter's Bite, but we're getting it again anyway, just so that we can move forward. And we're going to do this a few times, probably, in spite of the fact that we don't need ice damage. We're going to get it anyway. Crit rate up, rage, and again, we're getting some things that we wouldn't otherwise grab, but because they're approaching the fence a little more, I want to get a little further along here. Do I want a couple more? Not really. Maybe I should. Maybe we'll go one more round here, just because those are cheap. It's only 350 for the 2, so let's get this. Actually, pretty well all of these things are good. We don't need the Winter's Bite, of course, at this point. I'm gonna get it anyway. And then attack, single target damage, and AoE damage are all good. And I'll spend 175 to go another round. We'll take the dark damage and luck. Already have the dark burn potion, don't need the fire potion. Could do it, but we're gonna skip for now. Alright. Now we'll execute the guys who say HP is below 50, or 15 rather percent. And move forward here with this. Did I get enough potions? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I didn't. On wave 71 at the moment. Alright, so let's get an extra skill choice here. And, I don't love these options, to be honest. Lightning Chain, I know, is not doing very much. Let's just go and look real fast. It's so low on the totem pole, we don't even care about that plus 80%. I'd rather expand the tornado range. They're beating upon you now. We've gotten to that point. So, we got a single target damage plus 30%. We got, we're going to actually just get all of these things. More Winter's Bite, Dark Burn, we already have them. We already have the Fire Potion. We're getting it anyway. Crit Potion, sure. Light Potion and Dark Potion, for sure. And then, yeah, we'll get the Burning Potion. Why not? Even though we already have it. Crit damage, Dark Mastery, Dark damage, and attack are all good. Single target damage, yes. Do I want the rest of this stuff? I could just use a refresh. But I think this is all cheap enough that I'll just grab it. Okay, we got luck, we got rage. I feel like we need a little more help, so let's go again on those two. AoE damage and rage regen. I think I may call that good enough. You know what? Let's go one more round. Alright, luck, dark damage, light mastery. And then we'll go with that and see how it goes. Let's see. Rubian says more NATO. Speaking of tornadoes, did you manage to dodge all these storms? Yes. There were some tornadoes about 45 minutes away from us yesterday. But yeah, we didn't get hit here. So we had rain, but we didn't even get hailed on. So all was well. How about you guys? Everybody good? Now they're starting to pile up on the fence, so I'm gonna have to be paying attention to that on this round of potions. Crit rate up, light damage up, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get more of this stuff, whether I want it or not, because we need a little bit more oomph behind our blows here. Yeah, go ahead and get these two as well, I suppose. Running a little lower on um, gold now. So I'll have to be a little bit more discerning soon. But I think I'll continue a little longer here. Alright, all that good, I think. Irvian says, good to hear. Nothing here. Had a little snow on the ground this morning, melted by the afternoon. Yeah, it's supposed to get down, I think, into the 30s tonight here. But I don't think it's going to get too cold. I want to say like 39 or something like that. Which is, you know, that's fine. I think there'll probably be one more cold spell before the winter is completely over here. I suspect that probably at the very beginning of April. Getting the build up now from these guys. They're definitely smashing pretty hard. And we're on wave 82, by the way. So, no bueno. Should have put more money into the potions that time. But that's alright. Got up to wave 83, and it took longer than I intended. Like I ended up spending longer than I intended making decisions. So, oh well. Spring and Sticks accounted for 64% of the damage, followed by Blazing Bolt at 22%. And by the way, a lot of that comes from the things that tie the money to the damage with those light spells. Tornado accounted for 10%, and then Lightning Chain accounted for the final 2% of the damage that was done. So we'll complete that. Arubian says, hey, 83, great run. Yeah, this is not bad. All right, so quests, we challenged one time daily during the event, getting us 10 auto fight attempts. Always good. All right, hopping out of there, and then I'm gonna check arena because we ought to be able to refresh at this point. Let's do it. And we've got a low BP guy here. We might have a chance against, named Duke of Noodles, and unsurprisingly, that is a resident of the United States as well. Duke of Noodles has a monster BP of 267,448. Let's get that auto fight going here. They have Rune Hollow, looks like, and also that Lynx thing, Dao Chan, someone else, and another someone else. So, Lunaria, Aruvian says, you were talking about stacking abilities. I am thinking the rage potions do not stack. I think it uses the highest. Really? That's unfortunate if true. I don't know. Blue is 5, purple is 10, and the gold is 15. Interesting. Here we have Dao Chan. She is the one who switches between DPS mode and healer mode, followed by Rune Hollow. Who has Bone Volley, loads up to 20 Twin Strike Bolt. During basic attacks, increases damage of each Twin Strike Bolt fired by 85%. Ends invisibility 10 seconds after activating ultimate if Twin Strike Bolt still remains, and enters invisibility again when all Twin Strike Bolts are exhausted. They also have Vierna. That's the one I was trying to think of earlier. Vierna has Reaper's Grasp. Deals 900% AoE damage to enemies in range. Kills enemies with HP below 35% after a short delay. Elite monsters and bosses are excluded. Alright. The Noodle King has defeated me. I'm sorry, not the king, the duke. He's only a duke. Alright. Duke of Noodles has 267,448 BP. The top damage to by far was Rune Hollow with 2,989,160. That's phenomenal. Arrogance came next at 1,796,630. Crazy. Crazy. All right. We got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points for that. Peruvian says, I guess Cup Noodles was already taken. It's a possibility. Possibility that cannot be discounted. Here we have Lord Lucian from Ukraine. He has some people I recognize here. This is Arachna, I believe, and then Idril, Yuri, Hatsut, and Micah. So probably we get slaughtered here, but let's go for it anyway. So, total monster BP of this one is 372,296. Let's see what happens. Lord Lucian has put out Yuri. Good choice. Yuri has Needle of Torment. Deals 5 hits of 65% damage per second to one enemy target in range. When a target dies during the spell, gains 5% rage and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. Very nice. They also have out Idril though. Idril has limitless shots. During the skill effect, each basic attack fires 3 consecutive shots to one enemy, each dealing 80% damage lasting for 25 seconds. During the ultimate, the hero's attack range becomes unlimited, and her attacks no longer prioritize airborne units. They also have Hatsut over here. Hatsut has Ghastly Burst, very good DPS. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 210% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 3 seconds. And then they have someone who I cannot click. I don't know why. It's Micah with Blazing Plumage. She's less impressive than the others who were on the board, in my opinion. So we were almost matched in BP there, which is pretty cool. Stats, looks like top damage on the board was Yuri, unsurprisingly, at 3,127,400, followed by Arrogance at 2,359,100. And then it actually drops down to Setram at 1,461,490, who isn't much above Hatsut at 1,166,030. So, cool. We got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points for that. Alright, let's get out of there. And then, I see that Boat is ready, but let's go ahead and click on the Vault in the Sands and start this background fight here running. And that way it can do its thing while we come over and look at Beirut. Beirut does not have anything entertaining, so we don't need him after all. Let's come over to the harbor. Buttercream mushrooms times 30 and jumbo spinach by 30 from her. Now, I want to see where we're at on the rares. We have 1 of each, so we'll just go back after some of that birch sap, right? Why not? May as well. Okay. In that case, looks like I've done all of the necessities. It would definitely be cool to give some more time to the Immortal Codex, but it's also 1:23 in the morning, and so I should make better decisions than that probably. We will check the mine real quick before I call it though. We've got 2,250 gold, 2,000 XP potions, 8 stamina, and 4 mithril there. And how many more arena permits did I have is another question. I have one more arena permit, but we've got 8 minutes before I could use it, unfortunately. I could throw myself at some kind of wall here. We got 4,620 gold, 750 XP potions, a couple pieces of gear, 40 Vault in the Sands trophies, and 40 Brave Conquest points for that background fight. I don't mind getting just pummeled by somebody, really. I'm willing to throw this arena permit at Sapper DS, 444,723 VP. Why not? Let's do it. We should dive very quickly to this guy. It'll be a fast one. Let's go. They have Count Dracula, and he's really good. It's interesting to me. Apparently, they may or may not ever come out with these Halloween heroes again. We shall see. First and foremost, they threw out Yuri. Again, good choice. Yuri has Needle of Torment, as previously established. Deals 5 hits of 75% damage per second to one enemy target in range. When a target dies during the skill, gains 5% rage and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. They also have Dao Chan, who switches between healer mode and DPS mode. And now they've stuck out this one. She's very, very good too. Valara, Wings of Pegasus, can choose and move to a deployable tile within 4 tiles. Removes invisibility state, increases attack range, and deals 260% AoE damage to 10 enemy targets with each attack. Additionally, the talent inflicts enhanced slow. So, as mentioned, very quickly it went. That was Sepper DS with 444,723 VP. And stats show that Yuri topped the damage at 2,046,270, followed by Arrogance at 1,430,150 damage. Not too bad. Arrogance says should die very quickly. Where's the confidence? I was confident. I was quite confident that I would die very quickly. Here we have 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points for that. Not too shabby. I mean, I'll take it. for the performance shown there. I think we deserved it. Alright. Then in that case, I am going to have to call it a night, guys. It was a pleasure hanging out with you. And hopefully I will see you again tomorrow. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see the next time that I go live. Hopefully I will be in tomorrow and see you there. Have a good night.